Hey guys, in today's video I'm going to transfer information from this iPhone to this one. Now if it's a brand new one, you can just turn it on and then we can just follow a few steps. However, if it's not a brand new phone, you do need to factory restore it in order to transfer information from your old phone onto this new phone. So I'm just going to show you how to factory reset. I do have a separate video, but here I'm going to show you quickly the steps to do that. So under your settings, just scroll down. You're going to see General. Under General, all the way down, you're going to see Reset. And you're going to see the second option, Erase all content in settings. Now if it's a brand new phone, you don't have to do that because it's already being factory reset. However, if it's another phone that's not brand new, you do need to erase all the content within it so you can activate that phone with your new Apple ID and to transfer all your content. So, assuming you guys already did that, or if it's a brand new phone, just turn it on. So we're just going to hold on to the power key in order to turn it on. Now this goes with any iPhone. So right here, that's the power. With iPhone 12s, for example, it's going to be on the same side. The power or your Siri button will be slightly bigger, but that's it. That's the entire difference. From there, we're just going to see this. So once you have one phone beside the other, automatically, without pressing anything, you will see this on one of them, okay? So this is my old phone, transferring information from this phone to this phone. All I have to do is just press continue on and it's gonna connect. So right now we just have to scan this image with this phone. So just place the other phone on top of this one. So you guys can see I'm just gonna put this phone up here. And there we go. I'm gonna scan that pattern. Once I scan that pattern, it's gonna transfer all the information. So at this point in time, it's connecting up the two of them. I should also mention before doing this, you should place your SIM card from your old phone onto your new phone. But you don't have to. We can do that at the very end. It's not a huge deal. So right now in this phone, I'm seeing language. I'm just going to select English. I'm going to select my region, which is Canada in this case. It can be any country. And meanwhile I do this, I should see this screen on my old phone. So your Apple ID can now be used to set up your new phone. Select OK. I'm going to go all right again. Let's do this one more time. And quick start. This is the good part. This is where we can go ahead and set this up together. So if right away we don't see a message once again, because we should, we can go ahead, just turn off this phone, the old phone, turn it back on. And once you turn it back on, we should see this message again. So just click on continue. So right now our old phone is on the right hand side. We're going to scan this again. For some reason, it didn't do that at the beginning, but that's okay. So once we scan that, right now it's connecting up again. And we should see this. So just make sure to place one phone beside the other one. As long as you keep them close to each other, we should be alright with the entire settings. Now at this point, this phone, for example, has Touch ID. For other phones, you might have Face ID. You may have to set that up. If you want to do that later, we can just press down here below, set that up later. And don't use for now. Create a passcode if you like. We can always skip out this option, so passcode options. We can just put don't use as of now. And I'm just going to skip that for now. And here we go, finally, transfer from iPhone. So what we want to do is just transfer information directly from our iPhone and not from iCloud. Because iCloud, I don't have everything backed up there. So I'm going to go ahead and phone. Again, this process will be the same no matter which iPhones you guys are using. For example, this could be an iPhone 6, this could be an iPhone 12. It would be the exact same instructions. Or this could be an iPhone 8, and that could be an iPhone X or an XR. Same deal. The only differences would be whether you guys have this down here, which is your home button or not. Newer iPhones don't have the home button, so that way you don't have to do any fingerprint. You're only going to do a Face ID. So that's the only difference when it comes down to setting up and transferring information from one phone to another. Other than that, this process is the exact same thing. Which, by the way, I do have a separate video that shows you with a newer phone. But again, it would be the exact same process. And make sure your old phone and your new phone have sufficient battery. So I would suggest having at least 80% of your battery for both of them, because you don't want them to die during this process. So just after a few minutes, we should see this. Let's just swipe up on our new phone. Setting up your Apple ID, perfect. This one should say finish on new iPhone, but let's just keep it near so everything finishes up. Right now it's setting up your Apple ID, and we're just gonna wait for that. So just after a few minutes, it's gonna ask you for your Apple ID password. And once you put in your password, just go ahead, tap on agree. Next, you're gonna see this screen, express settings, continue on. We're just gonna continue on that. Siri, we're gonna set this up later in settings. This part we can choose to share or not share. This would be your next screen. So it's gonna just tell you that it's transferring right now everything. Just make sure, once again, have enough battery life. Right now, all we can do is just wait. Just wanna remind you that the information from one of the other phones, it's transferring to the other one. So that's information from the white phone, it's transferring to the new black phone. So at this point, we're all done. This just took a few minutes. Of course, if there were more gigs, it would take a little bit longer. But in total, you might be looking at this maybe 20, 30 minutes, depending which iPhone, depending how many gigs as well. But for now, we're done. We can just press on continue on both of them. This one's my brand new one. Just gonna press later, don't use. And it's weird that it's asking me this again, but that's okay. Don't use, agree, agree. And I'm gonna share my audio. And it's just some basic setup. It won't be the same for all of you, okay? So it's okay. Right now, this is okay. I'm just gonna continue on. Welcome, get started, and I'm done. So right now, my apps, all my information will be transferred. And the last step in this case would be to put in my SIM card from my old phone to my new one. Does this mean when I'm transferring everything that everything got deleted in the old phone? No, everything is still on my old phone. However, right now, it's also on my new phone. So I have information on both of them. If I want to delete everything from my old phone, I'm gonna go into settings and just restore back to factory settings. But in this case, I am done with this tutorial. We transfer everything. Right now, it just has to download those specific apps, but all my contacts, all my pictures, videos, everything got transferred over from my old phone to my new one. Again, that even includes your conversations in iMessage, for example. And then there's other conversations maybe you guys had on Facebook Messenger. Well, that's only online. So obviously that would transfer over because again, that's just online stuff. Anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, comments, you guys can write down here in the comments area. Don't forget to subscribe and rate. Thank you.